Yep, the degree.
Yeah. So that thing right there is probably my least favorite company that's ever graded cards. Now,
All right, so today we're going to be looking at graded card slabs. So I think a lot of people know about PSA, CGC, Beckett. But my buddy here, Angry Weedle, he was showing off some of his slabs that aren't so well known from like smaller companies. How much does it cost for just like some of these lower dollar ones?
10, $15, depending on which one you go for. I mean, we'll get into it a little bit later, but I mean, some of them are 10, $15 if you do bulk submissions a little cheaper.
Yeah, yeah. And like, so personally, I still only do like PSA and like some CGCs.
Some of the things, especially PCS, some of the stuff that they offer is actually really cool. And MG has a also, but PCS, I mean, they're above and beyond, probably in my opinion, a better service than PSA.
All right, but we'll go ahead and we'll start with what? We'll start at PSA. PSA. So I have my Misty PSA 9, and
I
you have
my
Victory Bell.
my
Dang,
PSA 10.
that's cool. So something that I just checked out with PSA, which is awesome, I'll show right here, is they have a barcode on the back, and I don't know if any of these other ones, I don't know if any of these other companies have it, but PSA has a pop report, and that's like the biggest thing to look at, like when you're getting cards graded, is like, what is the population? How many Victory Bell 10s are there? And like for my 9, it shows how many 9s there are and how many cards are graded above a 9.
I don't know. I think PSA, I really like the PSA slab. Out of the most popular grading companies, they are my favorite just because they're not bulky. They stack really well. The quality is really nice.
And some other things about PSA that other people might not know about, and I'll see if they're on these other slabs, is they have a few security features. Like there's that PSA emblem on the bottom right of the slab. And
also, PSA, if you look at it under a black light, you should be able to see like a border around that says PSA.
Oh, that's cool. So these are things to know, because you'll see some funky looking slabs saying they're PSAs. Is PSA the only one that doesn't put the Pokemon cards in a sleeve?
They're not.
Okay.
But they are one of the only ones.
Yeah. A Top Sun Pokemon card. And they actually do. Let me see if I have it. I think I have it right here. Yeah. So let me see if I could show it on this screen. I don't know if you can see on this camera, but because it's on this little one, they actually have a sleeve, since this card is smaller than the trading card game one, that they actually do have a sleeve in this. They don't have a sleeve on like the regular size one. So that's interesting. All right. I think we spent enough time. Unless is there anything else you want to talk about PSA before we go into CG?
No, I think we pretty much covered all of PSA.
Beckett?
Yes, Beckett. Now, Beckett does put them into sleeves.
Yes.
This is one of the very few Beckett cards that I do have. I don't grade with Beckett very often. I really like Beckett. I like how durable they feel. But at the same time, I don't like how bulky they are. And that's what I was talking about between PSA and Beckett, is just how bulky Beckett is compared to PSA.
Yeah. Oh, and I see that the card you sent me is it looks like, is it German? A German?
It is German. Yep.
Okay. So they'll grade.
Yeah, I believe Beckett will grade, and I know CGC will also, and a few of these other companies will grade pretty much anything you send them.
Okay. And another thing that a lot of people mention with Beckett against PSA is the subgrades.
Yeah, and that's another thing, and it's an optional thing. So with Beckett, they offer the subgrades, but they're not mandatory, and they have their different levels of grading, which right now pretty much the only ones they offer are the premium with no subgrades or the premium with subgrades. That's the only thing that's available right now when I was looking at their site a little earlier.
Like with your Mr. Mime, there seems to be a lot of room up top. And then with this Diglett in the case, there's like a lot of room on the bottom. Like it's not okay. And it moves around. So because it's in a sleeve, I could like hit it down and it'll move around in the sleeve.
Yeah.
Inside of the case. So it isn't that like kind of perfect fit. And like that's another thing too, is like with PSA, sometimes it isn't like fitted properly and it'll kind of wiggle around in there.
Yeah, you can do that. So some of them do that, and not all the grading companies actually we're going to go over do that. Some of them are actually a little nicer.
Okay. Yeah, that is good to know. And then another thing, if people don't already know, because the Beckett one that you sent me is a 4.5. once you get into, is it a 9 that they change the colors?
9 is silver. Yeah. And then 10s are gold. And then
Oh
the
yeah, 10.
pristine 10s are black.
Yeah. The all 10s are just like are black, and that's that
Black labels. Yeah.
super
The most
coveted
valuable.
black
That's
label.
pretty much the most valuable way to get it. So
Mhm.
the black label 10s are worth more than the PSA 10s are. And in certain card situations, the Beckett 10, just regular 10, is worth more than a PSA 10.
So yeah, the case is different, really bulky. And looking at PSA and looking at Beckett, I kind of prefer PSA, I think. Unless, if this was a black label, then yeah, that would be cool. Once he gets into like
That's
the
the thing.
nines,
It's with when it comes to Beckett, the only ones I want to collect are the black labels because I've never had them before, and I thought it'd be really cool to get
yeah.
one. So
Oh, and then another thing to note too is there's no barcode. Like a lot of these ones we're going to see, they do have barcodes on them, but Beckett
yeah,
just doesn't have that.
and I think Beckett doesn't do that because their whole slab is basically clear, whereas PSA the label is shoots across the whole back, and on Beckett it's only the small portion of the back of the label, and then it's got the Beckett symbol that takes up the other part. And I think that's why they did that, because they want to keep that, the world's best or most trusted thing on the back to kind of give it their own little touch.
Okay. But yeah, it's not a bad slab. Definitely like the bulkiest one out of all the lot.
And that was my big thing. It just feels big. It feels so massive
Mm-hmm.
just compared to the PSA and CGCs and the other ones.
All right. So CGC. Now we'll look at the CGC.
Yeah.
CGC seems like, I don't know, it seems like even sleeker than PSA, right?
It does. I like how it's clear compared to the PSA, which has that like dingy look to the slab. CGC is it's really nice. I love how clear it is. They also sleeve up their cards, but they use the fitted. Yeah, they use fitted, so it's really nice. I don't remember which one I sent you.
Yeah, you're right. With PSA, there's that kind of cloudiness around it. And then CGC, it's just all clear. But here's something too. I'm like kind of looking at my Tangela and your Venusaur. A lot of people get upset because where it says like mint 8 or the near mint 7, sometimes those things are just like really off center.
It's off center. Actually, this is a really good example right here. If you look at the 7, it's centered. If you look at the 8, it's off center.
Yeah, what is up with that? And then my 8 is like off to the other side than your 8. So yeah, that kind of is a bummer. And then just like Beckett, and you can see your Venusaur has the subgrades while the other card does not.
Yeah, the other Venusaur doesn't have it.
Yeah. So I mean, so you can pay extra for that. And then you have,
and it's not very expensive, actually. I wrote this down here. Let me see. CGC. So subgrades, it's only a $10 upcharge. But the only issue is it adds 5 days to the grading process. And I mean, CGC is already way out. So if you're doing like bulk submissions to CGC, you're looking at like 220 days right now.
Okay. And there's no sleeve. Yeah, you're right. There's no sleeve on the card inside. And this one is a little loose on my end. My Tango.
Yeah, I think mine are tight because I think mine have fitted sleeves. Yeah, mine are in fitted sleeves. If you look really close, you can see a fitted sleeve on there.
Oh, what is mine in? Mine isn't in a fitted sleeve. What's up with that? Maybe because mine's just a Tangela and yours is a Venusaur.
It might be. It might just go off of the value of the card or something.
That's weird.
Or when it was graded.
Yeah. Oh. And something I did check. So these ones do have a barcode on the back.
Yep.
And if I remember correctly, when you look at the barcode on this one, it doesn't have a pop report, but it'll show you a picture of the actual card. And
right. Yeah. Well,
Mhm.
that's another thing is they offer a service for that. It's called imaging. It's a $10 or a $5 charge, and it adds 10 days to your service. But you can have it after it's graded. They'll take high-res pictures of the front and the back of the card for you, so you can have them.
Ooh, so
that's a really cool thing that CGC offers, which nobody else offers.
I didn't know that. That is cool. Yeah, 10s and PSA seem to be a lot easier than CGC or Beckett, but it's not easy. Doesn't mean it's easy. It's just not as hard. So
I've heard CGC is very, very hard to get 10s in.
Yeah, something else I realized though, once you look at the lower grades, like I had a couple 4s in CGCs and they look terrible. Like if you sent them to PSA, it would be like a 2 or a 1 or something. So like once you get into the lower ones, Like they look bad. Yeah, look at how scuffed up that Paris
Yeah,
is.
this one's in
Right?
really rough shape. Like I feel like if this went to any other company, I mean, look at the back of that. I
Whoa.
feel like that
Yeah.
should have been like a 1
Yep.
at a PSA.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's really hard. Let me find my higher graded stuff. So 9.5 is the highest CGC that I currently have.
Yeah,
And
and
that
it's
one,
called
I mean,
Gym
this card
Mint.
is almost pristine. It's basically perfect condition. The only issue is it's a little heavy on the left. And whoever graded it didn't get subgrade, so I don't know if that's why it got dinged. But
Is that one in
I
a
mean,
perfect sleeve?
this one is not. No.
Okay. See, ooh, we're finding out more. See, that's interesting. They're like Tanglers, Zubats. You don't get. We're not wasting the plastic. All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, there is one thing I wish that any of these grading companies would do is to make a sideways slab. So for like break cards like this, I think it'd be cool if they had a slab that sat like this that had all the information up here. That would be really cool.
That would be cool. Ooh.
Just because of cards like this.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. What card do you want to look at next? What company?
GMA is the next one I have. So I kind of just, the way I set mine up is I had an order to most popular to least popular or least well-known.
So GMA sounds familiar to me. So I imagine it's been going on like
GMA has been around for a very long time. Yeah, they're very popular, but they're not, I guess they're not very valuable, I would say. It's a lot easier to get a 10 in GMA than it is in any of the other grading companies. The slabs, I mean, they're pretty much the same as PSA. I mean, I'm pretty sure they even stack together.
Yeah. Something funny when I'm looking at this just right now is I see like when I see fake PSA slabs, they have those circles like on the sides most of the time that GMA.
Oh, these right here, these little tiny circles.
Yeah. Whenever I see
Yeah.
fake slabs, I feel like I see those circles. Like I'm like, oh, I always see those circles. I've never seen them on an actual slab. So I guess GMA has those.
GMA actually just switched up their labels. Their labels look really nice now. They're all black, kind of like the Beckett black labels are. They actually look really nice and sleek. And Beckett, or not, why do I keep saying BGS? GMA, their service is actually extremely cheap. So
Like
for
cheap?
GMA, like you can get cards graded for like $8 a card. If you do 100 cards or more, it's $8 a card, or it's $10 a card.
Something that bugged me though is the barcodes on the back. I was like, okay, cool.
Barcodes.
Yeah, they had these 2 barcodes, but they didn't offer any information about the card. It's just like about the company and about grading your card. So I was like, okay, maybe it'll have some pictures. It said price guide. So I was thinking, oh, maybe it's going to show you what this card that I sent in and got back is going for in the grade that I got. But no, I don't know if I had to sign in and see some other stuff, but all it did was just like, hey, send us some more cards to get graded, or here, this is our information. So I'm like, oh, that's kind of a bummer. And then you had that.
I think it's more or less just to direct people towards their website to give them an idea. But I mean, you can literally look it up on eBay. Say if you have like this same card in a Beckett, a BGS, a PSA, CGC, and GMA, chances are that the 10 for the PSA or the BGS are going to go for a lot more than either the CGC or the GMA. And I mean, like not just a small amount either, especially with the black label. If you were to get a black label in that, even though it's just a regular Raichu GX, which is, a $3 card regular, and a PSA 10 was that like 20, 25 bucks, maybe. Black label will probably be like $150, $200 card.
Damn.
So it's crazy the difference in price just depending on the company, the grade, things like that.
Yep. And this old, I don't know what the all black label looks like, but this older label with the baseball guy, it kind of ruins the whole thing, having a Pokemon card and then a guy with a baseball bat like on the top.
Oh, you mean right behind the M, the GMA
right
thing?
behind the M.
Yeah, I don't like that either. I never even noticed that before.
Yeah, it's like
good observation you got there.
Yeah. All right, which one's next? All right, do you have anything else to say about GMA?
Not really. I mean, GMA, again, they're one of those companies that pretty much grade anything. So I'd send some of those Pop Series cards or the TV series cards with them too, just because. The next one is PCS, which in my opinion is my favorite of the off brands. I guess you could say a third-party company, just because it's closest resemblance to PSA. And they do an amazing job. These guys are they're based out of Guam, and it was really cool. He said it's about a week's process of grading. So you send it to him. He spends about a week going over the cards, grading them, putting time into them, and then sending them back. So mine took about a month to get back, but only because he just recently got a machine. The machine that they use to compress the slab together.
Yeah. Oh, like the
You got
Sonic
one of
Welder,
those.
I think it's called, right?
Yeah, Sonic Welder. That's right. One thing I didn't like originally when I did my guess that grade is if you look, you can see the sleeve that it's in on the inside. You see how the sleeve crinkles on the inside?
Yeah.
So he saw my video and actually listened to that and changed it so they're no longer in those sleeves anymore.
Yo, that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's what I think. Yeah, I think that video is why I was like, yo, you have some cool slabs. I was like, I want to
Yep.
look at these and like talk to you about them. Yep.
And actually, I do. I'm even like doing giveaways for these too, just because I like them so much. So I'm giving both of these away.
Yeah, that's
So
cool.
I think that was really awesome.
Yeah,
But
I'm looking at
their service is amazing. I mean, the customer service was insane. They don't have a website. They did originally. They took it down because they weren't doing much business, and they are on Facebook and Instagram right now.
Did you say how much it costs to get like
Yeah,
around?
these ones I wrote this down too. So PCS, it's they have different levels. So 1 to 3 cards was $20 a card. 4 cards and up was $15 a card, and it's only $8 shipping, and that's for the return.
Okay. Okay. And yeah, we got subgrades on here.
Yep, it comes subgrades. Nice. You don't even have an option for not getting subgrades. Subgrades is just included.
Oh, okay, that's good to know.
And they're now doing different labels. So they're doing these also, but you have an option for a different type of label. So they can do like color matching labels, because I had said something about how I like how the green matches the green. So the weedle card matching the colors in the slab. He said they're offering that now. It's a new thing that they're just now doing. So I'm looking forward to getting more graded with them just because of that aspect, to see what it looks like to have the same color label as the card. I thought that would be really cool.
Yeah, and then I looked at the barcode right now. I just scanned it. That's what I'm looking at right now. So people are watching the video being like, David's just looking at his phone. No, yeah. No, I scanned the barcode and it takes you to their Facebook page. So it isn't anything extra about the card, because I guess like all the subgrades are right on there, but it shows you a bunch of the videos and I guess information going on.
So with them, they send you the grade slip, the paper they use to grade the card.
That's awesome.
It was really cool. And the next one does the same thing, but I'll go into that a little bit after.
That's the other thing with like PSA that people like hate.
They want to know.
Yeah. That has something really cool. It's just like PSA, there's no subgrades. You get the grade and you're like looking at it. You're like, wait, I thought this was going to get a 10. It got a 7. Where's the indent? Where's the mark? What were they looking at? I don't know what they're looking at. And that's
just the thing. It's you have no idea where the fault is or the flaw is on that card. They give you no information. And that's the one thing I don't like about PSA. Whereas some of these third-party companies, I mean, they feel like they have it all figured out. They just don't have the publicity they need to actually be popular.
Yeah, that's definitely like the greatest thing. It's like, come on, if you're going to mark me down, let me know why. Okay. Do you have anything else to say about
Not really. No, I mean, out of all the ones we're going to go over, if you're going to go with a third-party company, I strongly recommend PCS, without a doubt, beyond any shadow of a doubt. Not only because the pricing is so cheap. PCS, did I even talk about them? Yeah, 1 to 3. So it's $15 a card if you're doing more than 4 cards. In my opinion, that's an awesome deal, especially since you're going to get the cards back in less than a month. And the slabs are amazing compared to a lot of the third-party companies, even GMA, better than GMA.
Yeah, they let me see, because it looks just like, you're right. It looks
they stack perfect with P.
Oh yeah, it just clipped right there, right on.
Yep. Look, and they stack with CGC also. Yeah, it's perfect stack.
That is
that's what I really like about it, because you can stack them together. And if you're one of those collectors that don't really care about the company you're getting rated with, you just want it slabbed, that is an awesome alternative. And hopefully they do take off. I really hope they do, because their quality is amazing. The customer service is amazing.
So. Yeah, and in smaller right now, it's really important to have great customer service, and I hope it stays up. And like, we're both smaller channels, and for them to see your video and to listen to it, that's super cool. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I was like, well, that's nice. And the guy, I mean, I talked to the guy quite a bit on Facebook, and he's very informative. He was open to grade anything I wanted to, as long as I could provide a set list of what comes in that set with him and everything. So it was really cool.
Okay.
They don't really know what they're looking at.
Yeah. And the thing is with like PCS or these other third-party companies, this isn't, you don't send your card in for like a big return on money.
Right.
Like if you did that, you do that with PSA or Beckett, you turn it into PCS because you want to support a company, you want to protect your card. It does look pretty nice, and it is really close to PSA. I wonder if the new labels will look really close to PSA label, like with that red and white.
That would look really cool, depending on the card. Yeah, if you send like a Charizard in or something and it's a white background or something. That'd be cool.
Because I have like all my PSAs up there, and if there was like a PCS graded card and it was like in that same kind of case and it had like a similar looking label, I wonder if they'd get in trouble or not. It would just like kind of blend in and be kind of cool. I don't know.
That's funny.
All right, what's next?
Next would be the MG card service.
Okay.
So MG, that was the first one I actually tried outside of the main known ones. They do a pretty good job. I mean, they were cool at first when I did it because I'd never graded with anybody other than PSA or CGC Beckett. So I thought it was really cool. I thought it was a really good job. And then the more I looked at it, the less I liked it. But this right here is probably my favorite. Yeah, this is my favorite part about all of it. Exactly. This is the only company I know that does this. And that tells you where the faults are. Yeah.
Exactly. When you sent this card, I was like, that's so genius. You don't even need a barcode. You don't need that extra notes for everything. Just send me that.
Well, they do this also. So they do this and they also send you that slip that shows where everything was. So on here, you can just see like it was off center here. It had faults here. They'll send you the slip with like marks or dots on exactly where those faults are. So you can look and see exactly where it's at.
Yeah, that is so cool. Like that. This is like one of my favorite ones. I was like, oh, I can't wait to look at this one and show other people this. It's like, yes, other companies do stuff like that. And then they also have, the shiny sticker with the grade. That's kind of cool. Like the gold.
That's also changing actually. So they do different colors depending on grade also. I didn't have any that graded high enough to have a different color. So mine are all just like that greenish yellowish color, but their 10s are one color and their 9s are another color. Or their 9.5s, and then they have like a pristine color also. So what company is this? MG. They have, I wrote it down somewhere and I can't find it, but it's perfect 10s are one color. They're not so perfect 10s are another color. I think it's like gold and silver or something, kind of how Beckett does it.
Okay.
So I thought that was cool. And this company offers borders. So I didn't get any, but you can get a border that goes around at different colors that also match, which I thought was really cool. And I believe PCS was talking about doing that also. But this one is the only one that I know of right now that currently has that. So say if I wanted a yellow border to match this card, or if I wanted a border that matches the color in here, they would match that color and make a border that goes around the edge of the card.
I'll have to put that up here on the video. Like I'll find it on the computer. I don't think I've ever seen that. That sounds really cool.
Yep.
Sounds like it could be really cool or really tacky. I don't know.
It could be. And some of them don't look that great, but some of them actually look pretty awesome. So I guess it just depends on the card itself.
Okay. Yeah, but definitely that thing on the back showing you what they found, that is perfect. Yeah. That is one of my favorite things. And they come in with a little perfect sleeve inside the case. Again, the case looks really close to what the PSA case looks like. Yep. They probably
that also depends on the card. I believe they also stack. Yeah. I stumbled on them on Facebook. I was on Facebook and I just typed in grading services, and obviously with Beckett, BGS, PCS, and all the other ones, GMA. And then they were kind of like lingering at the bottom with like 200 followers. And I was like, wonder what they're about. So I checked them out, checked out their website, and I tried them. And they're not terrible. They're definitely not my favorite, but they're not my least favorite.
Yeah. You know what? I give them major points for that thing in the back.
Yep. And another thing I didn't like about it, if they kind of had the same issue that CGC has with the labels on the numbers for the grading square. You see how they're kind of off center a little bit, at least on mine that is. So on my Aladdin card, you can see it's slightly off center to the left.
Okay. Yeah, I do. I see that. Mine is
a lot. That's all of them. Yeah, even this one's the same way. The 6.5 is a little slightly off to the left. So it's just something, the quality control that they should probably work on.
Okay. All right. What's next?
All right. So you have a slab I don't have. I sent you one that I don't have personally anymore.
It's
like a Pikachu or something?
Yep. The degree.
Yeah. So that thing right there is probably my least favorite company that's ever graded cards. Now, it's going to sound dumb, but try to open that slab.
Oh, no. Can I open up the slab? Oh,
yep.
Oh, I did it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if I can show it there. So it's not showing, but yeah, it just, okay. Yeah, I could show it on my camera over here to the side.
With little to no effort, it basically just pops right open, which is the thing I didn't like. But again, I mean, if it's just something that you just want to grade for yourself, you're not going to be sitting there trying to rip them open.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it comes in a sleeve. It is okay. This one's a little
Yeah.
loose. And it does have a barcode though. Let me see what this barcode takes you to. Oh, it says subgrades. It says scan for the subgrades. So, oh, I did scan this the other day, and there was something else I didn't like about it. First off, it says scan for the subgrades, and then you scan it, and then it's like put in the certification number. But it's like I just scanned it. It should have been hooked up with the certification number, like PSA and everything. So now I got to do this extra step. I'm like, okay, what's the certification number? Put in the stupid certification number.
Yep.
And then there's something else I don't like. 1063. Watch. Okay, I'm going there. All right. So they didn't put the subgrades on here. You scanned it to see the subgrades. And then you have to hit another thing. So I did it. And then it's like, okay, now hit this button. Okay. Now you scroll down and then it shows the subgrades. It says Pikachu V full art. And then it says the card number and it says surface. Let me see if I can put it here. It says the surface grade, the centering, and corners, and then creases or dents, no, +1. So I guess if it said yes, it was -1.
Right.
But the surface, the corners, and the centering, it gives you out of 3. It's like I feel like there should be more variation than just 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even put much effort into that. When I saw that it would pop open like that, I didn't even spend any more time messing with it because I kind of bought that. I want to try to get one of every company that's currently grading cards. I want to try to get one of each of them and just compare them all in just one big video, kind of how we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get all of them and see just which one has the best quality, things like that, and then look them up and see what the process is like.
Yeah, it's like I don't want a card graded like 0 from 3. Because like what can it be? It's like really bad, okay, and pristine. There shouldn't be that big of a gap between like okay and like pristine.
All right, I guess. All right,
yeah. That's not cool. That's not cool. So if anybody from Degree is watching this, that's my constructive feedback. I'd be like, the grading should be, more variation between the 0 through 3. The case not to open just like that. The scanning, I wish you would do more than just take you to the website. Then you have to put the number. It'd be great to just have the number on there. But do you remember how much it costs to get this card?
I didn't even look them up because I bought that on eBay.
Oh, you just bought this on eBay?
I didn't even bother looking that one up because I didn't know about them. I found them on eBay when I was looking up graded cards.
Yeah.
And I was like, let me just buy it to see if I like it or not before I waste any money grading it. Because it was dirt cheap. I think I'd spent like $11 on that. So
okay. All right. What's next?
The next one is the last one I have, which we found out that is actually 2 companies. So this is the original company right here. So BSG Grading. I don't even know what BSG stands for. There was no information on it because it no longer exists. It actually switched over to Diamond Service Grading, or DSG?
Yeah, so, Diamond Service Grading. Yep.
This slab right here is an awful slab. I mean, I like that it has texture. But it's just terrible. I mean, it looks tacky. It looks low quality. It doesn't feel great. There wasn't a lot of effort put into it. And it has this eBay page listed on the back.
eBay ID. Yeah, that is ugly. And this one, the case looks the same. The label is different on mine, which the DSG is different and it's shiny. But the case is that bulky, weird thing as well.
Does yours have that texture on the front of it underneath the label between the card and the label?
Yes, it does.
I do like that. I think it's weird, but I really like that. Maybe it's just a weird thing for me, I guess.
Yeah. And okay. So what mine has, and I bought this because I was watching TCA Gaming and he showed a DSG card and he showed, I think it also changes. Like mine is an 8 and it's on the new one. This is when it's DSG and it's like this cool blue color. I don't know if you can see up here.
Yep.
So it's like that blue color and looks kind of cool. And then it has that diamond, which can look cool or look kind of tacky. I don't know. And then it has a barcode on the back. And I thought what was really cool is you scan the barcode and it shows you what that other company just showed you on the back. It kind of shows you like, I'm going to do it on my phone right now so I can tell you exactly what it shows. Let me see if I need to put in any other information too. It says it's taking me to DS. Oh no, it doesn't. It went bam. Solgaleo, Lunala GX, and it has the markings right there, just like what the other card looked like. And I'll put it up here, see if you can see it. See?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Yep. So you scan it, and then it tells you like, yeah, this is what it got marked off for. So it doesn't tell you what the well, imagine it doesn't really tell you what the scale is on each one, but I imagine it's more than just 1 out of 3 because it has like all these zones. It breaks the card up into all these zones and it puts a little mark, and the mark is a 1. Like each one of these marks were just like a little 1 hit. So yeah, that's really cool. And it has a really nice picture of the card too. Like that's the actual card.
Yeah, I like that. And I think that's kind of how CGC did it. But CGC, when they do their imaging, they take pictures of it in the slab, which I thought was really cool. So the picture they might have is just a generic picture of the card itself.
Yeah, you're right. CGC, it was in the slab, and I think it had like a white background like underneath the slab. So yeah, I think looking at all these, the CGC slab, like you're saying, how clear it is and everything, I think it looks the coolest. Though the label is pretty weak. So the label gets a weak score. The case gets like probably the highest.
Yeah, I think that depending on how you feel about it, the best quality is probably going to be between BGS and CGC.
Yeah,
only because Beckett, it's so bulky, like it feels really nice, but it's so massive. And at the same time, you got CGC, which feels nice and it doesn't have that bulky feel to it.
Yeah. Oh no, my battery died. Everything's out. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Technical difficulties.
Yeah. Look at these Pikachu cards. They're so beautiful.
Oh my goodness. That gold one right there. I really like that. I need that in my collection. And you got a special delivery Pikachu?
Yeah, I got 2 of those.
Okay. All right, we'll back. I guess we'll end this the grading thing. So it was awesome going through all of these with you, man. Learning about all these different slabs. Thank you so much for sending these over so we can do this video and compare them. That was great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, and it's
which ones did I send you? Which were the what cards were there that I sent you?
You got German Diglett, Evolution's Growlithe, the Pikachu V, Dark Blastoise, Charizard V from here, and I think that
the Dark Blastoise is the non-holographic one, right?
Correct, non-holo Dark Blastoise.
That was the MG. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe.
So why don't you go ahead and keep the MG and the PCS slab for yourself, for your own personal collection? Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Absolutely. I wish I would have graded a Venusaur so you had the Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur, but
okay. Yeah, that's cool. I'll totally do that. Thanks so much, man. And then I think I'll send you a little gift when I send these guys back to you.
Okay.
I think you'll like that. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's just seeing these cases, seeing all the little extra things that these companies are adding. It's just really cool. And the prices out there. So if you're into collecting, and just like how you want to collect one of each one, that's kind of cool too. Because if one of those stay for years and years, it's kind of like, hey, I got one of the earliest things, and you're like a relationship with the person who started the company.
Well, the thing I like about PCS is I have one of the first 3 cards ever graded inside their new system, their new machine. So I thought that was really cool. He said I was one of the first 3 cards to go in. So that was really cool.
That is really cool. I'll look. I wouldn't send like any of my like super expensive cards. Not that I have a whole bunch of super expensive cards, but to send some like good looking base set cards or something like that.
So I sent this one only because I'm actually giving this away. Part of my like 1,000 subscriber giveaway. That was the only reason I sent this card, just because I wanted it slabbed and I didn't want to send it raw.
Yeah. And it's crazy too. Brand new Japanese, and I got a 9.5.
Yeah.
They're not giving 10s away.
It was close. It was really close. I didn't get any 10s,
really...
and a couple of the cards I sent were in really nice shape. Same with this Charizard V. It's the same way. It was in really nice shape, but they put their time in, and they look at them like they should. So
yeah, it'd be really cool to do a little video with one of these smaller companies and just like watch them through the whole process, like start to finish of grading one of these.
That would be really cool. And I'm sure PCS would be down with that. The guy's really nice, and they do videos all the time with like revealing things like that. So they'd probably be down for something like that.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out the Angry Weedle. Definitely check out his giveaway because I'll be in it. I want to get it. All right. See you guys later. Bye.